Okay, we are live. You know, they say when a door closes, God opens a window. And I say, hey, God, you're letting out all the heat. What am I made of money here? These gods today. Start the show.
Since 2020,
Much
we've
better.
done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian
John Trentes,
songs from
Todd Chappelle,
and a patty melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Yay!
How do you say Steve Goodie's on the road without saying Steve Goodie's on the road?
Don't
Watch the opening credits. I forgot I have my John. What's this called?
That's a pipe.
Called a meerschaum.
A meerschaum, everybody.
Hi, Rob.
I thought that was a dog. Well, welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show. Number more than you ever thought would be possible.
203.
203.
Oh,
And I think this month our star Steve Goodie is on the road. As I said, he's live in Oklahoma. Tulsa, did you say?
No, I am in, where am I? Watonga.
Watonga. Well, nobody's ever heard of that. And of course, our little Chicago light of joy, Patty. My pipe
Patty.
just fell apart. I don't know what's going on. Well, there goes the pipe bit. By the way, our show tonight is going to be great with a new feature called First Time Doing 10 Minutes.
Yes.
As regular viewers know, and we have so few of those, but they know that our musical genius guest, John Trentes, on this show many times, singing amazing parody and other songs, but he started dabbling in stand-up, and he will grace us. Well, maybe not grace us. Let's go with grace. He will grace us with his jokes tonight. He's been doing 1 minute, and now he's got 10 total minutes. So tonight, it'll be a night of 10 minutes with John, everybody. John. Yes. Think of it like those parties. That's right. Think of it like those parties you go to in 8th grade. After Spin the Bottle, you'd play 7 Minutes in Heaven with Susan Buckley in the closet at Charlotte's house. Anybody ever do that? Ever do that?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's going to be weird taking these off. Except, by the way, this won't be that because the 7 Minutes in Heaven was me and Susie standing awkwardly for 6 minutes hemming and hawing until she got annoyed and kissed me on the nose. And then later I told everybody I got to second base. So that was, by the way, that wasn't a lie because when I was in 8th grade, I thought second base was the shoulder. So I didn't know. I didn't learn it wasn't until I was 22. 22, I found out what second base really was, which made a lot of really awkward dates for me. Okay. Anyway, we also have the amazing Todd Chappelle, everybody, who for the first time has actual sound. We get to hear the instrument and the singing. Boy, you're gonna stay up for that, let me tell you. Now, okay, but first, these jokes, they don't write themselves no matter what Chat GPT says. And I really should have thought of how I did this before because now I have to pull the paper in front of it every time. So here we go. First we go. It is April 1st, everybody, which means April
Fool's
Day.
It is the day worldwide that we learn who the real douchebags are. Did you all know that the prank practice is thought to have started about in the 1500s, where in France, they would secretly hang a fish on someone with a sign that said April Fish. That's what they did. It further proves the French have zero understanding of what's funny. They have no idea. They're the least funny people in the world. Did you know one of the earliest April Fool's predecessors, though, was the ancient Roman celebration of Hilaria, it was called, which was the hilarious act of pretending to have a Spanish accent and marrying a Baldwin brother. See, we all know what that is. And I disappear while I do that. Okay. Next, a very exciting story. We now know why rapper P. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Puff Combs has changed his name so many times to keep one step ahead of Homeland Security, is what it was. So I didn't know. Wow.
Now we
Two
know.
of the moguls' homes were raided. Did you see that? Raided in connection with allegations of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and tearing that tag off the mattress.
Oh.
That was the worst one.
Oh boy.
Now, there have been many allegations from multiple sources about PD's, that's what I call him, PD's sexual appetites, and he denies all of them, by the way. One allegation, did you hear this? That he flew in both male and female prostitutes to have sex with. Male and female prostitutes to have sex with. Lawyers say the rapper this is a witch hunt and not the kind he likes, where the witches and wizards all wear thongs and hide in Puffy's grotto saying erecto viagrum. Those parties he likes. So Steve, I feel like my face is big now. Like I thought yours was big. Oh, this makes me sad. I'm looking at you. You're all going to be sad if you haven't heard this. Lizzo is quitting the music business and social media and will disappear from society. And how do I know this?
How do you know this?
Lizzo spent many days trumpeting on social media how she's going to disappear. That was what she did. Nothing says you aren't going anywhere than telling everyone you're not coming back. I think that's you're going to be sorry, world. You're not going to have Lizzo to kick around anymore because I'm going to announce to 100 million people that I'm no longer talking to 100 million people. And I will keep doing it until my new album comes out. That's what I'm doing. I know, it's crazy. It's and I wish I hadn't done this now this way. By the way, look, I love Lizzo. She is very talented and a great person, but here, I'm going to speak right to you. Here's a tip, young lady. If you really wanted to disappear and quit, that's what you do. You don't tell anybody, you just disappear. You delete your socials, you read a book, and if anyone asks, you're at Richard Simmons' house. That one hit me in the face. All right, it's going good. I'm having fun. Oh, the Final Four is set, fans. Anybody's got, did anybody do a what do they call those? The bracket?
No.
Anybody get the four?
No.
No, it was a weird year, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yep. The Final Four is set. Purdue and NC State and Alabama and UConn, everybody. And thank the founding fathers. Thank the founding fathers that Purdue won because we found out from Michigan GOP Representative Matt Maddock, whose name sounds like the worst 70s detective show ever, by the way. Look him, Maddock. We found out that Gonzaga is rife with illegal immigrants. Is that amazing? I didn't know that. You know, I always thought that name Gonzaga seemed un-American. How about you? So, good eye, Maddock. You cracked the case of the College of Immigrants that's been getting away with living here illegally since 1887, moron. What? And then he wouldn't even give it up. He kept saying it was true. So that's what we are voting for. Hey, this is something. Anybody thinking about getting married? Any of the ladies getting married? Alice, Elena?
Already did it.
Been there, did that. Don't need to do it
Anybody
again.
getting married? I'd say Chuck, but you're too young. Don't get married. Stay pure, kid. Bachelorettes are going from boozy parties to luxury wellness retreats these days. Did you know that? I know. They have exchanged the alcohol and naughty straws for spa treatments and vitamin B IVs. Oddly, though, the get-togethers still end up being raided by hunky cops in thongs. So figure that out. Magic Mike. By the way, rarely do I use the word thongs in two jokes in one show.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
I
Sneaking it out.
made it through.
That's because I always sing two thongs.
That's right. You sing at least,
nice play on words.
you sing at least 4 thongs. Especially when you bit your tongue that one time, then you're thonging it up. Uh-oh. I'm going to say it again. Uh-oh. Biden did it again.
No.
He ruined Easter by changing his name to Rachel Crandall Crocker in 2009 and creating the Trans Day of Visibility, knowing it would land on Easter this year, destroying it for everybody. That man, that Brandon is so clever.
How clever is he?
He had the forethought 45 years ago to disguise himself as the National Egg Board and create a rule that bans overt religious and political symbols on eggs at the White House Easter egg roll. He did that 45 years ago, that guy. And if that's not enough, Sleepy Joe was so ingenious, he found a way to enforce that rule in every administration since then, including the entire time Trump was president. It's clear. What will Joe do next? What? I'm going to tell you what. I heard tell that old memory lost Joe did this. He traveled back 45 billion years to make sure there's a solar eclipse on April 8th to take attention away from that huge illegal immigrant basketball final. And you guessed it, it's in Arizona where they all sneak in. Okay.
Oh boy.
That was long, but I enjoyed it. Here we go. Hey, we're almost done. Isn't that nice? We only got 3 more, and they're short. Hey, speculation is growing that Taylor Swift and Beyonce could affect the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. Yep.
Oh boy.
With one person very close to this story saying there is one way they would definitely change the outcome of this election if they ran themselves. But who would be on top of the ticket, everyone? Who'd be president? Who'd be vice president?
That was a tough one.
Taylor president.
Do you think Taylor president? I don't know. Beyonce's 42. Taylor becomes 35 in December, so she can run. Yep. So isn't that amazing? All right.
You will be 35 before election day.
No, I think it's before they take office. Does that have to be election day or before they take office?
Before inauguration day.
Yeah, before inauguration. Yeah, December 13th should be 35. So I tell them to run. I think that'd be fantastic. Okay, but Beyonce's older, 42, so she should probably be president. And she's got more. They got $2 billion. Okay, next up, shares of Trump's social media company plunged 21% after surging March 26th. The company lost $58 million last year and only took in $4.1 million in total revenue. It is said that if Trump sold his shares of the company, it would plummet into bankruptcy immediately, which led Trump to respond, "Who wants to buy them?" All right. And last but not least, my favorite joke. And Steve, can you bring it? You can bring yourself in, right?
I'm getting ready.
All right. A Florida airborne.
Try again.
Okay, cut. Edit. A Florida airboat tour operator flipped his craft with 9 passengers, sending them into gator-infested waters. I know.
Yeah,
The operator was arrested. He was arrested right after receiving a very large stuffed envelope of cash from an alligator. Steve, I'm waiting for you, Steve.
Oh, you ready for me? Yes, Brad Tassell! He's over there.
You know what? That'd have been better if the pipe would have stayed together.
That was, if I may say, one of your very strongest monologues. That was
Oh, well, that's very nice to say. It's,
well done. All right, now go away.
Yeah. I'll go when you start your thing.
Okay, it's time for the top 10. Let's do the top 10 thing and hope it works.
Oh, God. Mine are working.
I don't know if you've heard, I'm in Oklahoma.
Yay.
Hey.
Yes, here I am, and I'm having the best time ever. Tonight I'm in Watauga. Last night I was in Norman. I'm just everywhere that is sort of Oklahoma City without actually being Oklahoma City. And it's the best. And I had a lot of help with this top 10 list with actual locals here in Oklahoma. So it is with their permission and their blessing that I present tonight's category, Top 10 Oklahoma Tourist Attractions. Here we go, number 10. Big old panhandle, no pan, and no potholders, but some mediocre pot and plenty of meth. Everybody gave that a big thumbs up. Number 9, the Will Rogers Memorial Used Car Dealership, Casino, and Urgent Care Center and Dispensary. Absolutely accurate. Number 8, the John Steinbeck Museum of Dust.
Is that a thing?
I love it when Brad takes my best one serious.
I thought that could be a thing.
Number 7, a big sign on the southern border that says Oklahoma sucks because Texas blows. Very hacky, I know, but they seem to approve it. Number 6, and vice versa. Doesn't matter. Number 5, the Garth Brooks Used Hat Emporium. These are the top 10 Oklahoma tourist attractions. Number 4, Dr. Phil's Childhood Home and Irreversible Psychological Damage Center.
That was well written.
I'm making myself laugh now. Number 3, a big pile of dirt just outside of Bartlesville. Oh, wait, that is Bartlesville. From Oklahoma City, that's hysterical. Number 2, the Kristen Chenoweth Center for Helping Smart, Talented People Get the Hell Out of Oklahoma. And number 1, Oklahoma tourist attraction, a big ball of twine they stole from Minnesota.
Wait, sir. I thought the music was going to play.
The music is playing, you just can't hear it. We'll get that edited in post. Don't worry.
Dun.
Yeah.
So
You can hear it.
Bartlesville? What's Bartlesville?
It doesn't matter. You know
Is
how
it
every time there's a
Bartlesville
town
and
they make fun
James?
of?
They make meerschaums.
Yeah.
Okay. Always ask our headliner these questions. He knows.
Oh, okay. You know who we should ask these questions?
Who should we ask these questions?
Patty.
Patty.
boy.
Oh,
Look, she
boy.
looks extra smart.
Look, it's Selena. That's so sweet.
Yay. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Patty.
Which Selena?
Selena.
The one that's
But
dead.
I don't know if I can show you the shirt. There you go.
Oh, that's the real Selena. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's so sweet. How are
Thank
you?
you. We're the same age. She actually this is the week of her unfortunate ending.
Oh, man.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
That's
Okay.
terrible.
Anyway, yay! Let's smile.
Yay.
Well, let's have a melt, shall we?
So much happy going on. Okay, go ahead.
Here we go.
It's time for a Patty Melt with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing ass says, she's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez, Patty
I
Melt.
couldn't take myself out, so I hope Brad did it for me.
I did.
Thank you.
Hey everybody. I am also sitting on the floor. I mean, I've done the show from this position before, but I felt in solidarity with Steve. that I
Thank
would
you.
do you're welcome, but really it's just the cleanest place. And then I sat down and I saw the video and I realized I basically have a precariously balanced yoga mat tucked in between the wall and
Is
my
that
dresser.
what that
So
is?
Amazing.
Oh,
anyway,
I can never get
this
my yoga
is
mat to do
my
that.
House
Yeah.
is this is how my whole life is. Things just wedged in behind something else. Anyway, so many things happen. You covered Easter and the Transgender Day of Visibility. I don't know. I didn't know if you got to the President Biden hogtied in the back of a truck.
No.
And oh yeah, all the stuff, all the craziness. Okay, here's what we know, folks. Is that it's not, we can't leave it up to the courts. No one's coming to save us. The only way to get this done is to vote him out with a resounding get the F out of our way. Like just go away. But the problem is with that image of President Biden is that they're trying to normalize, not trying, they have. The violence is the only way to get what you want. And I can't. Okay, so we can't vote harder. You can just do the voting. I don't care what they say about Chicago. I don't care what jokes you have about Chicago and how many times you can vote and voting from the grave, whatever. But we can work harder. So I went up to Wisconsin and I went door knocking this weekend. They have a primary for their municipalities for school boards and county boards. And I talked to a lot of folks, and people are answering their doors, which is exciting. Yay.
Yeah.
But there are people that will answer the door and say they're not interested, which I get, but it's that why answer the door? Well, and it reminded, and I get it. Like maybe you're curious, like when you answer the phone, you don't know who it is, but you're like, let's see what holy hell this is. Thank you. Quote from Dorothy Parker, fresh hell. Anyway, when people answer the door and say that, who's it going to be? It's going to be somebody that is canvassing. Maybe is anyone going door to door still selling a vacuum cleaner? Are you hoping you're going to buy a vacuum cleaner on your front porch? Who do you think is ringing your bell at this point? Okay. So I get like not answering the bell, always a choice. When I'm on a porch and no one answers the door, I know that two things are going on. One, they're not home, or two, they don't want to answer the doorbell. And I get that. And the reason I'm telling you this is that it reminded me of when I ran for office. I was on a door. It was getting a little dark out. And I get it. People don't like to see us on their porches. They don't want to talk about politics. But first of all, before I get to my story, look, if someone shows up on your porch and wants to talk about the elections, if you feel safe enough, if you feel like you can handle the conversation, have that conversation. Find out why they're volunteering. You might have the candidate on your front porch. Talk to those folks. So anyway, I was door knocking as the candidate, and this woman opens the door. And I told her, hi, I'm like, hi, I'm Patty. I'm running to be your state rep. I'm pretty sure it's how much I sound like a little girl. Maybe that was why I lost. Hi, I have too much trouble. Can I be your state rep? That's all I'm saying. But she opens the door and she goes, and I said, hi, I'm Patty. I'm running to be your state rep. She goes, I left my baby in the bathtub. I can't talk to you. There was no reason to answer the door. If you think your friend is on the front porch, if they know you, they have your phone number. Presumably, if you're in the bathroom washing your baby and keeping it from drowning, you get a text, I'm on the front porch, you text them back and go, I'm with the baby. Why would you answer the door? Why am I so angry about this 4 years later? I might need some more therapy on this issue. But, like what if it's your friends, they text you. If it's the cops, they're gonna ring the bell again. And by the way, I wish there was a way to push your doorbell for it to give you an idea of who's on the front porch. Guess what that's called? A ring bell. Yeah. And you know what I do? I stand there, I wave, we have a conversation. Or if I ring I wish there was like excuse me, if it's in too much trouble. Like there aren't any choices. It's either doorbell, and by the way, I do knock. I ring the bell. A lot of people cut the wires to their doorbells, which I get, but I'm still gonna knock. And according to my husband, I knock like a police officer. So I had to learn not to do it that way. So I'd ring and then knock, and I didn't want to do right because if you're in the house, that's annoying. Like dun 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 dun, right? So I try to like come up with a rhythm, like, and then I was like, can I do like a Morse code? My name is Patty. I'm going to say hello. I'm ready for office. Now I feel like I should come up with something.
She's having a haircut.
Get a haircut. You know what? Dun, 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 dun. Cut my bangs. I don't know. I don't know what I need.
Dun, 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 dun. Go get your baby.
Get the baby. Don't leave your baby unattended. So, why would you answer the door? My baby might drown because I'm standing here talking to you. Yeah, that's not my fault. I don't know how that's my fault. I don't know how that's my fault.
Baby out.
Go get your baby. That's why I lost. Babies in tubs. That's all I'm saying. Go vote, everybody.
No, what I love about Patty is she never phones it in. She actually always melts.
And always answers the door.
And always answers the door.
I do always answer the door. I'm always curious, but
and
never
it's also
babies in the tub.
Looking for new rhythms. I respect that as well.
Well, that's how we got pregnant. But anyway,
Ah.
not even Catholic. Hey, so see, I don't answer the door because I can see the Ring doorbell. And there were two guys at my door a couple weeks ago, and I said, these losers. I knew they're like, and I didn't know who they were, didn't care. So then, but my daughter doesn't have that. So she runs the other day to answer the door. It's the same two dummies. They're like, we're doing roofing in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not in my house. Get out of here. I was like, why? Get away from us.
And I don't answer the door because I'm in Oklahoma.
Not your house.
You just
I will tell
shoot
you-
through it.
I will tell you the cutest one I ever got when I was door knocking. You know those curtains that like the shades that lower down?
Mhm.
You know, so this guy went to the window. He was like right next to me and he lowered the shade down and like realized that we made eye contact and he driver was like, ugh.
Ah,
He answers the door. I introduce myself and he goes, Patsy? He
Nah.
knew me from when I was 5 years old. He was friends with my dad. So
Oh my
ah.
super cute. Yeah.
You look
Yeah,
just
you
as
haven't
small.
changed since you were 5. I really feel that way.
I
Mom
do
left
lack
in the back.
impulse controls, as my kindergarten teacher said. So
goodness.
Me too.
All right.
I keep my hands to myself. So
That was tremendous, Patty.
that was tremendous, Patty.
Thank
We'll
you
send
very
you a
much.
check.
Brad, I think you should always have the pipe. I like that.
I like this.
me too.
Well, I've got the smoking jacket.
Yeah. If I could just have a mustache, I would be so happy.
Well, I can have a mustache.
I know you can.
What, you want a mustache?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm on my laptop. It offers mustaches.
Yay.
Everybody
Does
be
it offer
excited.
mustache rides? Good night,
It's
everybody.
mustache night.
Okay,
Yes,
mustache.
mustache
We are
night.
wasting time now.
All I had to do is go to Oklahoma. I can grow a mustache.
Yay, mustache.
It's fantastic. Hey, we need a musical guest. I'm bringing him in.
Bring him in while I get
It's
my
Todd
mustache.
Chappelle.
Yay, no mustache.
I'm
Hi,
sorry,
Todd
I don't have
Chappelle.
a mustache. So
You're gonna
You
have
are
hair.
looking well, Todd Chappelle.
thank you, sir.
You ever say Je m'appelle Chappelle?
Oh, all the time. And my
I'm
wife
just
looks at
checking.
me like, what the hell are you talking about?
That is the response I would expect. All right,
How
you know
did
the
you-
drill. We're going to play a little video intro, then you do a song. I don't know what it's going to be. Then I got to answer it with a song somehow, and then you'll do another song. All good? Here we go. And Brad, take me out, please. Here it
Okay.
is. Any second now. It's coming.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
Chappelle.
Thank you. Thank you. Please sit down, everyone. Thank you.
I am sitting down.
On the floor.
On the floor, if you have one, please sit down on the floor. This is probably this might be the oldest song I've ever written. This is a love song. It is a song that I wrote for a woman that I dated a long, long time ago, but I just couldn't make it work. I live in Pennsylvania, so at the time I was living in Philly, and she was Amish. So it was doomed from the start. I like zippers and she didn't, so what are you gonna do? So this is called Amish Girl, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing it to you. Walking past the cornfields just the other day, I saw you by the silo lifting bales of hay. Dressed in black from head to toe, oh, you're the one for me, but you can't feel the spark 'cause you've got no electricity. Amish girl, if your love was a train, you know that I'd be on it. Amish girl, I'd give the world to see what's underneath that bonnet. You make my windmill turn the way you work that butter churn. Go tell Jebediah that you're my Amish girl. Sleeping in till 5 a.m. I wake to hear you breathing. Even though your family thinks that I'm a heathen, they just won't give me a chance, and you know that that ain't right. They look at me with shame, like I'm some nasty Mennonite. Amish girl, you know that I would never do you any harm. Amish girl, when we're together, you raise more than a barn. We're just having fun, so don't you try to shun me at all. Go tell all the elders that you're my Amish girl. The villagers threw rocks at me from halfway down the road. I didn't know that that's what you meant when you said we might get stoned. Amish girl, if your love was a train, you know that I'd be on it. Amish girl, I'd give the world to see what's underneath that bonnet. You make my windmill turn the way you work that butter churn. Go tell Jebediah you're my Amish girl. Go tell all the elders that you're my Amish girl.
Woo!
Yeah.
Duper.
So good. So
good.
good. How in the world can I possibly follow? Oh, I have one.
You can't.
Ah,
Oh, it's-
When I used to be part of a duo called Actual Size with my friend Andy Corwin, we would cover a couple songs by the now very famous Andy Breckman, and I think this song fits the bill very nicely. I think it goes very well with Todd's song. I think it's kind of a bookend, if you don't mind. A man is riding on a train. He's heading south. It starts to rain. He sings a soft and sad refrain. He thinks he'll never love again. On the other track, a train is heading north through the rain. A woman looks out her window pane. Her life has been a lonely game. Well, the two trains pass, they're moving fast. Faces flicker past for half a beat. Their two eyes meet, and instantly they both can see that they were meant to be. Yes, it happened just like, hold on, I'm scrolling down, that. It hit them like a thunderclap. Somehow they had seen the answer to their dreams, passing on the other track. So at the next stop, he gets off. A love like that cannot be lost. He takes the next train heading north. He does not know she's done the same. So they pass again for half a beat. Their two eyes meet, but something's changed. It's not the same. Now they can see they were not meant to be. Well, she knew someday it would have to end. He wonders, can they still be friends? All the plans he made, they all begin to fade as she disappears around the bend. They will never, he will never, she will never be the same. Deep in his heart, she will remain as he looks out through the falling rain. He thinks he'll never love again. What do you think, Todd? I think he's gonna love again. And again and again and again and again. And again 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 and again.
Very good.
Thank you very much. And now another one for Todd Chappelle.
What really made that song, Steve, for me was your mustache appearing and reappearing multiple times. It just added to the feeling of the song, and it really made it. So I did
Thank you
my
for
oldest
noticing
song. I did my oldest song, and I'm going to take a chance here and do a song that I just wrote about 3 hours ago. And I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. And it's fortunately it's a short song because I have to get back. My daughter's in the bathtub by herself, so I have to get back to her. So, are there any Beatles fans in the audience?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just boo the Beatles. I don't know if I can. Okay.
That can't be right.
Now,
That
the
can't
reason
be.
that I just wrote this, song has a very short shelf life because it's about the eclipse that's happening next week. So after next week, I won't be able to sing this song again until 2044. So, and it's not what you think it's a parody of. It's a parody of this. Little darling, I hope that you brought your eclipse glasses. Little darling, 'cause this hotel room costs $900. There goes the sun. There goes the sun. And now it looks like night. Little darling, in just 3 minutes it'll all be over. Little darling, it will take 2 days to get home. There goes the sun. There goes the sun. And now it's dark as night. There you go.
So timely.
First and only performance.
Very
Only
timely.
performance. You know, they always say, because the next eclipse is in 44, did you say?
Yeah.
Holy
something like
crap.
Well, but what's funny about that is when I was a kid, we had an eclipse and they said, the next one's not for 1,000,000 years. And they keep freaking happening. And now I'm 60 and I'm like, okay, wait, they came way too fast. They said, it seems like it's so far away. And then the freaking thing happens like that. And it makes me
No,
mad.
it's neat. It's just like the rapture, except it happens.
That's true. And I'm a hell of a lot older every time it does.
Yep.
And that's not good. So
Todd Chappelle, that was fantastic. Where can we see you live, online, and stage?
You can see me. Well, my website is toddchappelle.com. Oddly enough, nobody wanted that site, so I took it. If you're in the Philadelphia area, which is where I live, you can see me at the Kennett Flash Theater in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, just west of Philly, on April 26th. You can see me at the Nauer Performing Arts Center in Westchester, Pennsylvania, May 3rd. And May 9th, you can see me at Dew Point Brewing in Wilmington, Delaware. So
where will you be in 28 or 18 years to sing that song?
2044, yeah.
in 2044, I will be on the 8,000th episode of the show.
You wish.
Oh,
That's some
that is gonna be a
overconfidence
hell
right
of a
there.
show. We'll be 80. Oh my God. We'll be sitting right here. Okay. Hey, next up.
Here goes
Chuck will
the
be
sun.
here. Chuck will only be 38. We'll be 80 something.
Oh my God. I'll be 75. So
And Brad won't sound any different because that's how he sounds all the time.
That's
Thank you, Todd.
Same mustache.
Yeah, that was great.
I
Hey,
can't
guess
find
what? Oh boy,
him. Wait, if you you found
I
wait.
got him.
Okay.
What? Oh my
John.
God, everybody! It's John
John
Trentes.
Trentes!
Yay, woo.
Very
Whole new
exciting.
role.
We love developing young talent. And
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, because I'm so young.
Hey, he doesn't need mustache night to have a mustache. That's what I like about John.
What you can tell is if you move like this, the mustache goes with you.
Neat. It's crazy.
Mine
That's what-
does. Yours
That's
doesn't.
what technology is all about. All right, John, we're going to do the intro and then you give us 10 minutes of awesome. Here we go.
It's time for our big headliner.
Not right.
Got some funny jokes to say.
Oh
Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
John Trentes with a screwed up intro.
no.
Oh, we love you anyway, Steve. Yeah, so I didn't do a bracket for March Madness. I think we should do brackets for things that actually matter, like, you know, who's going to be Donald Trump's running mate.
That would be interesting.
Anyway, so this is actually my first time headlining anywhere, and I thought I'd talk about some things that have been sticking out to me lately. There's this product they're selling on television. It's called Lumi.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Deodorant.
She just
You
put
can
I bought it.
use it anywhere on your body that smells funny.
Doesn't do anything.
It was invented by this doctor. Now let me start off by saying I don't have anything against the product. I've never used it. I'm sure it's great stuff. The advertising, however, is another matter. The doctor who invented it comes on and explains what it is and how to use it. And there's two commercials I'm thinking of. In the first one, she's talking about how to use this stuff, and there's no other way to say this, on your butt crack. But it's a television commercial, so they can't say this is butt crack deodorant. She has to pantomime how you apply this stuff. And so she uses these hand gestures to show how you apply Lumi to your butt crack. Okay, now here's the thing, doctor, we're not stupid. We are perfectly capable of literally finding our asses with both hands. But that's not the commercial that really blows my mind. She comes on, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. She comes on and says, when you shower in the morning, when you get out of the shower, and again, this is her actual words, your crotch odor score is a 1 on a 10 scale. But 5 or 6 hours later, if you don't use Lumi, your score goes up to a 7 or an 8. But if you do use Lumi, your score stays down around a 1 or a 2. Well, that sounds pretty good. So I'm reaching for my wallet, getting my MasterCard out, ready to buy me some Lumi. And then it hit me like a fuel-injected Subaru. How the hell do they measure this? All right. I mean, is there some guy sitting in a white lab coat in a room with a clipboard going, next? All right, sir, come in, have a seat. All right, we're going to ask you some questions now. Did you shower this morning? You did? Okay, good. Okay, yeah. Did you wash down there? Okay, good. Did you apply Lumi? You did? Good. All right, sir, stand up, please. Come in closer. Closer. Really close.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's fine. Two. All right, next. Okay, ma'am, come in, have a seat. We're going to ask you some questions. Did you shower this morning? Okay, good. Did you wash down there? Okay, good. All right, did you apply Lumi? Didn't. Okay, stand up, please. Come in, closer, closer. Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Oh my God.
8. Wait a minute. Ding, ding, ding. You win. Case of Lumi. All right, so there's another new product on the market. It's called Pretty Litter. You know, it's like litter for cats. Now, if you're a cat owner like me, you know that there's basically nothing pretty whatsoever about cat litter.
No.
This stuff is actually not too bad. It's this white crystalline substance, kind of like it looks like rock salt. And the idea is that your cat pees in the pretty litter, and the pretty litter has chemicals that make it turn different colors depending on what the health status of your cat is. Now, if it turns red, it means your cat has an infection. If it turns yellow, that means maybe there's some kidney problems. Now, if it turns blue, your cat is operating at optimum cat levels. I'm sitting there marveling at how brilliant this is, that they invented this. And the thought occurs to me, you know, the last time I had medical tests, it was pretty expensive.
Oh no.
What does this work with people? So I'm standing in the kitchen peeing in the cat box. The cat walks in. Let's just say he was traumatized. We're taking him to
My
therapy
champ
now.
is offended.
Making real progress. Oh, and I may have distemper. Additionally, I'm way overdue to get neutered, apparently. All right, so there's this health condition. I'm getting older now, so these things are popping up. There's this health condition called sleep apnea. It's when you're sleeping, and because of the way your windpipe is, it closes up and you stop breathing for a short time. Doesn't sound like that big a deal, but it's really serious. It can give you heart disease if you don't treat it. So they invented this device called a CPAP to help you breathe in your sleep. It's this mask you wear to bed. It kind of looks like a gas mask, goes over your nose and mouth with this bulky vacuum cleaner style hose sticking out of it. And it keeps you from, seizing up and getting sleep apnea. But it's really uncomfortable. And so nobody really likes wearing them to bed. And let's face it, nobody wants to sleep next to that. Then this new thing called Inspire. It's this device they implant in your body, and it monitors your breathing while you sleep. And if you stop breathing, it gives you a mild electric shock to the back of your tongue to start your breathing again. It's amazing. A friend of mine got one. He swears by it. So I went to the doctor and I asked him, what should I do for my sleep apnea? And I said, when he suggested a CPAP, I said, that's really not for me. What about an Inspire? Would you write me a prescription for an Inspire? So he writes the prescription. Then I start to research how much this thing costs. It's really, really expensive. And to make matters worse, my insurance company won't pay for it. So I sat down with my wife and I said, look, this is serious. I know this is a lot of money, but you don't want to wind up sleeping next to Darth Vader for the rest of our lives. Was there some way we can do this? So we go back and forth and back and forth. We negotiate a little bit and we came up with a compromise. So she goes out and gets me an anti-bark collar. This is me at 3 a.m, okay? Ow! It works. All right, enough about my let's kind of shift gears here. There's this thing we all laughed about in elementary school. They taught us about the planets. We learned about Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and then we get to the planet Uranus. No less a comedian than Drew Carey refers to puns involving the planet Uranus as the classics. I thought we were all done with this after I got out of like 6th grade, but I started to notice something. I've been watching news headlines, and this is not my imagination. The people that write headlines in the news are deliberately having a little too much fun with Uranus. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you some actual headlines that I found about the planet Uranus. And I swear to God, these are actual headlines from a Google search. Okay? Scientists find a new moon around Uranus. We can finally find out just how warm it is inside Uranus. No probe needed. How big is Uranus? The diameter is 4 times bigger than Earth's. Like this one. NASA data shows something leaking out of Uranus. And hand in hand with that one, Uranus just blasted a gas bubble 22,000 times bigger than Earth. As if that's not bad enough, scientists have discovered X-rays coming from Uranus. These are actual headlines, I swear to God. NASA plans to study Uranus from behind, and it needs your help. All right. And not to be outdone, my favorite one, here we go. U.S. science advisors desperately want to probe Uranus. I'm John Trentes. That's my time. Thank you very much.
John Trentes! Well done.
Well done.
Nice job.
That's why I always say Uranus. That's. But when I was a kid, when we were in school, that's what you did say. It was Uranus back then.
I would say Pluto, and if I had to talk about Uranus, I'd call it Goofy.
Down my Neptune. And it's
John, that was tremendous. Where can we see you performing comedy and or song?
I'm going to be circulating around comedy open mics in the Nashville area. I may pop up without warning, so you're just going to have to go to all of them and hope I show up.
Plan.
Oh.
Where will you be for the next eclipse?
Dead.
Good plan.
Spoken like a true comic. We die every night.
I did it last week, I'll tell you. Woo, rough. I talked
All
about
right.
it, but I still have trauma.
And
where is
John,
he?
thanks for working me into your act. I was very honored.
Wasn't going to name names, but
That's okay.
Nah, wasn't gonna name names.
Hey, guess what? It's time for.
Your mustache is gone.
Yeah, that's what it's time for.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
I have not been practicing this song, and I really should be, so I'm going to practice it on you guys. Since,
Okay.
since
There's
John,
a reason.
hang on, I got to pick around here somewhere.
Gotta go back to there being no reason.
I think my pick was in Uranus. All right, here we go.
Smell it. Is Lumi? Is it an 8?
Here we go. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. My brain repeats incessantly these OCD trivialities, and eventually, if I fall asleep, I can't breathe. Insomnia and sleep apnea. Ba-dum-bum-bum. My CPAP never works that good. No good. No good.
That good.
I can't unwind. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Would someone please hit me over the head with a sledgehammer? I can't sleep, I can't sleep, I close my eyes, can't find no sheep. So I don't count sheep, I count shepherds. Bo Peep, Jesus, Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, astronaut Alan Shepard. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, so I asked, and they said, not. Wait, I'm supposed to be counting sheep. Hang on, I'm scrolling down. Sheep apnea, ba-ba-ba-ba. Lamb chops, they sure do taste good. So good. My stupid brain goes round and round. Wouldn't it be great if you could win an award for this? I'd like to thank my mother and Alan Shepard and my pharmacist, who is no help at all. You hate me. You really hate me. I'm trying to think about nothing. Nothing, Alan Shepard. Damn you, Alan Shepard. I'm trying to think about nothing. Grapefruit. What? Nothing. Did I turn off the oven? I'm sure I did. Probably. Of course I did. I'm going to the kitchen to check on the oven. And I'm scrolling down some more because this song is very long. It's off. Of course it's off. I think I'll make a sandwich. You know, I ordered some CBD, but someone at Amazon is dyslexic because I got the Charlie Daniels Band box set. Devil went down to the kitchen and made himself a sandwich. Sleep apnea, dum-bum-bum. I can't breathe, I'm so dumb. Who forgets how to breathe, for crying out loud? I don't snore, you snore. Shut up, you shut up. I've been drinking decaf tea, listening to the white noise machine, breathing slowly and deeply. I'm almost there. Now I have to pee. I shouldn't have drunk that gallon of Pepsi. Now I've got restless leg syndrome like Elvis Presley. Then all the next day, narcolepsy. Thank you very much. Is it weird that I fell asleep at McDonald's, in the drive-thru, or while pumping gas, or watching the eclipse? That's actually in this song. Please drive around, sir. Do you think it's wise that I drive around while I'm asleep? Apnea. The song's so dumb. Geez, I have to be up in 3 hours. 2 hours. I have so much to do tomorrow. 1 hour. I'm screwed. Thanks to sleep apnea. 15 minutes of sleep would be pretty good. So good. I think I hear banjos.
Oh no.
Would someone please hit me over the head with a canoe? The wheels in my brain are made of sheep, but I'm really bleeped because I can't sleep. You hate me. You really hate me.
Yay. So how, since the operation, how's the sleeping go?
We're still adjusting the gadget. Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes not as fine.
Okay, but you're not using the CPAP though.
Anything's better than CPAP, if you ask me. I'd rather just lie on the train tracks than try the CPAP anymore.
Yes.
Steve, tell me the truth. Does that remote open your garage door too?
It does. And it will open yours too if you don't stop making fun of me.
Is that you got the remote for the? I mean, I sleep up and down and sleep good and bad, but I don't have that. But I sure get the boy. You just get the, and then you got to pee, and then you're up. That's terrible. Wait till that next eclipse, then we'll really have stuff to talk about.
I can't believe I had eclipse in a song. I totally forgot that was in there. That was just, oh man, the kismet. All right, it's time to
Luma. If you had Lumi in there, it'd have been kismet. So
that would have been scary.
Play the thing.
Let's do the beg for money thing. Here it comes.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover or a 2-drink minimum. So what did you expect, Jack?
I met Kelly Ripa.
Then ask her for some money and leave us alone.
She's got some money. She was complaining. She was talking about it was the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl, and she was saying that the quarterback Mahomes, he makes whatever per game, and it was whatever it is, 80,000, 100,000, and we figured it out. She makes 50,000 a show. I said, how do these people complain when they make 50,000 a show? Anyway, so by the way, we don't make 50,000 a show. We hardly make 50 cents a show. So what you need to do is go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians. And one thing we'll do is we'll get chairs for both Steve and Patty. It'll be fantastic. We'll get them off the floor, and we'll get a little rack to put that yoga mat in. I think that's another thing we need to do is find a place for her yoga mat. Also, we'll get some money if you donate at virtualcomedyshow.com. We'll get John Trentes, somebody else to sniff butts for him. It'll be fantastic. Going on, and we'll get that. I think they should use a Likert scale, 1 to 5. Then you know what's in the middle.
Hey, I just thought of something. I'm going to come in for a second.
Come on in.
I forgot to thank Bethany Hill and Bill Warrington, my co-writers on the sleep song. Okay, I'm going away again. Continue back.
Beth. You just made no money.
Yeah.
Because no matter what we get for this show, we're still not giving you anybody. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com, everybody, and I'll get a pipe that stays together. That's going to be the other thing too. So I expect you to do that. Okay, let's finish it up and go home.
Worst joke.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
Come in.
We're ready.
Oh God! Oh, somebody knocked. I heard somebody knock. Come on in. I was going to say, are you a pollster? Is it Patty? Is she asking us questions? My baby's in the fridge. Anyway, the baby's in the fridge. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Anyway, a 13-year-old and two 12-year-old girls beat an elderly disabled man to death in Washington, D.C. They're all under arrest, and one was actually shot in her apartment. The motive for the attack isn't clear, but one bystander heard someone screaming, "Beyonce did not overstuff her country album."
Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, that was the virtual comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know, like French fries come from Idaho, not France. That's what you get when you watch this show. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We hope you enjoyed the virtual comedy show. You don't have to dress up, no, 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 no. You can be like Brad and go commando. Every Monday it's the virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com. That's right.
Not wearing pants either.